What's going on, everyone? So, December 15th is vastly approaching. It'll be here before you know it. Days away, literally. But kind of want to just have a conversation. Of course, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below of, like, kind of what our expectations, what our thoughts are, kind of calm some expectations that maybe some people have, and just what I'd like to see. And again, of course, I'd love to hear kind of your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below as well. But diving into it, right? So December 15th is like the date where trade is coming, right? Like, I don't necessarily think that something's coming like on the 15th. Not saying it won't, right? Because that's technically like the first unofficial day of trades, right? Trade season. But usually it's like not on the date, right? Unless they already have it kind of worked out prior, which is very possible, right? Lakers might, I mean, right now they could be sitting on a deal that they're just kind of like, hey, we got to wait till the 15th to get it finalized. So you never know. You never know what conversations are being had behind closed doors. You never know what kind of, spit in a handshake type of deals teams have worked out. But don't expect it on the 15th. Don't expect the deal done like, okay, it's midnight. Like, what's going on, right? Like, chances are it'll probably be a couple days after. But I hope it's not like, December 31st, right? Like, it'd be nice if we get a trade done by Christmas, right? Like, go into the Christmas season of like, here you go, Laker fans, and just, again, just give some freshness, just give some excitement, right? Like, give us something to overhype, right? Like, even if it's just like Valanciunas, you best believe I'm going to be talking about him like he's Wilt Chamberlain, right? I'm going to be like, this guy, we just got it. No, but in all seriousness, of course, I'll evaluate it fairly, but, it just, my point is just to give us some freshness, give us some excitement, give the team some excitement, like, hey, we get a fresh body, fill a need, fill a void. Also, you don't need to do everything at once. Right? Like that's the key. I'm okay if we do like the Rui deal, right? Like not trading, like remember how we traded for Rui and then at the trade deadline, we made the big turnaround trade, something like that. If we could just do like that first initial trade, that first initial move, and then again, add some excitement, add some freshness, right? Kind of evaluate. Also, depending on what the trade is, right? What if it is, a Zach LaVine, or if it is even if it is like a Valanciunas, right? Like, how much does he help kind of the bench production, or a backup center, whatever, right? Like, how much does that kind of benefit the Lakers, right? Like, that first trade gives you an opportunity to evaluate what else you need, what else you can do, what potential moves, become a priority, right? Like, or if you get, like I said, like Zach LaVine, right? Okay, well, what else do you need? Do you really need like a 3-and-D wing? Like, is the center position good? Does he solve and help some of the rebounding, right? Do you need to get a guard? What other players? Because like, there's a lot of different things that could develop. Or even if it's like a Nets trade, right? Like, let's say we get Dorian Finney-Smith and Day'Ron Sharpe. Okay, do we need another 3-and-D wing? And maybe we're moving, moving a Dorian Finney-Smith to like the 2, kind of going a little bigger, and maybe we go get Kuzma or something like that. Do we really need a guard, right? Do we look to go get a Bruce Brown, right? Do we need, Day'Ron Sharpe, he just isn't it, right? So we still kind of need a center. Like, I want to know and be able to evaluate what else may be on the horizon or what else is needed. And also, it just gives you some time. Look, my fear is that the Lakers do a move like, even if it is like a Zach LaVine. Let's say it's Zach LaVine, and Lakers go on like a 8, 9, 10 game win streak, right? Because one, you got just getting the freshness, the excitement. Teams aren't prepared, right? They need to get the tape and get the, figure it out, right, between LeBron, AD, and Zach LaVine, right? Like, let's say they just go on like a run. I'm a little worried that the Lakers go, all right, we did our job. We're good. Yep. Cool. Beautiful. Nothing else is needed. Like, that's my concern. Because, look, even if we get it with Zach LaVine, which is, I'm obviously, everybody knows, right? Like, even non-Laker fans know, like, Tyler wants Zach LaVine. my concern is that, like, if they do pull something like that and it's great, that they go, all right, we're good. Just throw their hands up. I don't want to see that, because even Zach LaVine, like, we need a Dorian Finney-Smith or a Dennis Schroeder, or, we need some defense out on the perimeter. Add in that backup center, right? Like, Zach LaVine, Dorian Finney-Smith, Day'Ron Sharpe, beautiful. Obviously, I'd prefer Walker. Like, if we could get perfect world, Zach LaVine, Io, Dorian Finney-Smith, and a Walker Kessler would be just like, Tyler, what's your favorite potential possible outcome? It's that. All right, so again, you don't need to do this. I would love it. I would love if we could just, like, get the Nets trade done. Like, get Dennis Schroeder, Day'Ron Sharpe, Dorian Finney-Smith, and ideally Cam Johnson. Right? But, like, let's say you just get those three. Say you get Dennis Schroeder, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Day'Ron Sharpe. I would love for that to just kind of get done, get that out the way. Because also, the sooner you can get it done and get, like, the main kind of trade, right? Like the multiple pieces trade or whatever. The sooner you can get that done, the better, because it just gives you more time for development and, kind of camaraderie and figuring out schemes. And JJ has time to kind of better figure out how to utilize guys. Okay, we can run these sets and these actions defensively, offensively. Okay, we can't run this because this, he's not really great. Like, it just gives the team as a whole more time to gel. Right? Like, and that's good. It's good. That's what you want to see from the Lakers. It's what you want. You want this team to be able to just get the opportunity to really gel together as a unit. But I don't want to see the Lakers, like, force. Like, again, patience is key for me. Right? Like, to me, I understand, because the Laker fan in me. Laker fan in me is like, get a trade done this time last week, right? Like, what are we waiting around for, right? But the cooler heads prevail. I'm like, all right, I'd rather the Lakers be patient, right? It boils down to what the end result is, right? A lot of people want to see me kind of be more critical of Rob Pelinka, but I can't until I see what the end result is. I can't judge somebody until I know what the end result is, right? Like, so if he doesn't do anything, or if he, makes a bad trade or something, then we'll talk about it, right? Then, let's, grab the pitchforks, right? Like, but to me, it's going to boil down to, like, what is the end result? If Rob Pelinka is over here preaching patience and staying calm and doing all that stuff, and he ends up pulling off, like I said, full Nets trade, and then goes and gets, whatever, another piece or whatever. Let's say he gets Dennis Schroeder, Dorian Finney-Smith, Day'Ron Sharpe, boom, goes get Zach LaVine, right? And it just reshapes this roster, right? And it's like, wow, we might actually have something here. Then, like, great. Everyone's just going to praise Pelinka, right? Like, and I don't want, me personally, I don't want to jump the gun. I feel like as a content creator, as somebody that is in this position, I need to be, I don't want to jump to conclusion. I don't want to act emotionally. I'm not saying I never do it. I'm not saying that it does it. Of course I do. Like, I'm a fan at the end of the day. I'm not some robot, right? I'm a person that has emotions, that's invested emotionally into this team, but I try my best to just let things play out. I talk about it all the time, right? The pendulum swing, right? Like, oh my God, we're the worst. Like, I want to stay here, right? To the best of my ability. And so I don't want to jump the gun, and I want to wait and give Rob Pelinka the opportunity to see what he can deliver with, right? Look, there's also a possibility that teams just don't lower their asking prices, right? Like, right now, the asking prices aren't great. The asking prices aren't really realistic, right? And then the problem is if they don't lower that, like, no trade is better than a bad trade, right? Like, you can get worse. You can also put yourself in a position to where you're stuck. Lakers, it's not like next season all of a sudden they have like 5 firsts to trade or something like that. No, if they trade up all their firsts for a bad trade or a bad move, that's it. Right? Like, you're like, teams aren't going to rush to go help the Lakers out of the kindness of their heart. You know what? We'll take the bad decision you made over here, sure. Right? Like, no, like you have to have value to get value to an extent, one way or another. You know, a lot of people think it's just the names on the back of the jerseys, but there's more to trades than that, right? But you got to make the right move, right? You got really one shot here, you know, and you can't fumble that bag. You can't fumble this opportunity. You got one chance to really kind of get this right, to go and, you know, find the right trade, find the right move, do the right thing. And if he does it, great. Right? But like I said, you don't need everything at once. If we can just get that first piece, even if, like I said, even if it's just Valanciunas, right? It's not the sexiest name, might not even be the best option in my opinion, but it's a guy that give you a double-double, come off the bench, you know, first game in the jersey, if he goes and gives you 15 and 12, we're all going to be like, we get it, right? Like, Lakers are back, baby, right? Like, we're all just going to be super thrilled. But, you know, I just add some just freshness, some excitement to, obviously, this team, the locker room, so on and so forth. I'd be excited for that. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree with my points? Kind of mixed in the middle. What do you want to see the Lakers do? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.